Hi, it's Josh Goldberg here, and in this video I'm going to highlight 6 key reasons why the narcissist will choose a spiritual or religious community as a platform for their abuse. Now obviously it's not actually possible for the narcissist to be spiritual, because true spirituality is about altruism, about giving and kindness and bestowal, whereas narcissism is about the self, about receiving, about egoism, and about self-worship. Now, I want to make it very clear that narcissistic abuse is not happening in all spiritual or religious communities, but it can happen in any religious or spiritual community. And in this video, I'm going to highlight the 6 key reasons why the narcissist chooses this type of community. And if I've left anything out of this video that you would like to add, please share with us in the comments below. Okay, reason number 1 is that the narcissist already knows your goal in this particular community. Remember that the narcissist is always looking for a position of advantage to have over other people. And usually in a regular situation, the narcissist will have to work out how they can have an advantage over you by finding out your weaknesses, your wants, your needs, your desires, so that they can use these against you to manipulate you into control and conformity. In the spiritual or religious community, the narcissist already knows what your goal is. Your goal is the same as everyone else's goal, and that is to attain spirituality and to attain heaven, to attain this spiritual enlightenment. And the narcissist knows this, and they can use it against you very effectively. And because spiritual enlightenment and attaining heaven is very important to people, the narcissist knows that they can use this as a powerful tool of manipulation and control. The fact that the narcissist doesn't have to work this out with each person and everyone more or less has the same goals in this community, it makes it a very attractive group for the narcissist to try and climb the ranks in and to get into a position of power and control. Remember, wherever there is power and control, the narcissist wants to be there. Reason number 2. The religious or spiritual community has a built-in pressure to the congregants in order to conform to the group. The narcissist that has made their way into a position of power and control in a spiritual or religious community more or less has the whole community as their flying monkeys, which are their loyal subjects and servants that will conform to them, serve them, and protect them. This makes it extremely difficult for the target of the narcissist abuse, because they will feel very lonely and isolated and not really feel like that they have anyone that they can reach out to. Because even when they reach out to someone, if the other person wants to believe what they have experienced with the narcissist behind closed doors, the other person will be very worried about falling out of conformity as well with this community. Who am I going to tell about this? No one's going to want to believe me. Many people who have experienced narcissist abuse in spiritual or religious communities have reported that they more or less had 2 options. Option number 1 was to stay quiet and to tolerate the abuse, or option number 2 was to leave the community entirely, which is very difficult for someone to do. It is very hard for a person to throw away all the relationships that they have built in the community, as well as the support and the other resources that they're getting from this community, just because of the inappropriate behavior of one person. This is a very difficult position to be in. Many people who have experienced this narcissist abuse in a spiritual or religious community report that they felt that they weren't able to question the community elder because it looks like that they're questioning the faith itself. Reason number 3, judging others favorably is a foundation of the spiritual and religious community. Because judging others favorably is a spiritual foundation in all religious or spiritual communities, it is very hard for the individual that is experiencing narcissist abuse in the community to speak out about this, because they will often be labeled as speaking disparagingly of others, creating gossip or conflict, and it is often frowned upon, which makes it very hard for the person to speak out about what they're experiencing. Now, the narcissist knows that these types of communities very much frown upon speaking negatively and disparagingly of others, and the narcissist uses this to their advantage in order to keep their victims quiet. Reason number 4 is that the community will often want to keep the narcissist abuse quiet in order to save their own reputation and public image. All religious and spiritual groups don't like it when they are put into the limelight, into the public, of having an abuser that was in a position of authority within their ranks. And as sad as it is for me to say this, it is very common for the religious or spiritual community to protect the narcissist abuser or to hide the abuse that's going on in order to save their own public image and their own reputation. Reason number 5 is that the spiritual or religious community offers the narcissist a pre-made grandiose character. Usually the narcissist has to invent a grandiose false self and then find a way to plug that false self into a group or community in order to get narcissistic supply from that group. This takes a lot of work and effort for the narcissist. The religious or spiritual community, on the other hand, has a pre-made structure, hierarchy, and even gives the narcissist religious attire and an appearance that makes them look grandiose, righteous, and pious. This righteous and pious appearance and attire is very convincing for the members of the community, and the members of the spiritual and religious community are obligated to show a reverence and respect for the people that are in these esteemed positions. This is a fantastic hiding place for the narcissist's abuse. And remember, this is very appealing to the narcissist because all they have to do is get to these positions of leadership and being an elder, and the community will give them that reverence and respect, which hides their abusive true self and gives them that narcissistic supply that they're wanting and needing. Key reason number 6 is that many members of religious and spiritual communities have turned to this religious or spiritual path in order to elevate themselves above their unresolved past traumas, or to get away from a previous sense of self that they didn't like, and this makes the person a prime target for narcissistic abuse. If a person had a childhood experience where they felt abandoned or rejected by their family, they will find the religious or spiritual community a very attractive place to come to because they know that they can get that connection and acceptance there. The narcissist knows this and scans the community and looks for people that has unresolved abandonment anxiety, people pleasing, a need for acceptance or approval, and uses this against the person to control them and manipulate them for their narcissistic supply. So remember, this is a key point. Becoming a new person and joining a religious or spiritual community without first healing past emotional traumas, especially from childhood, leaves a person open to narcissist abuse because the narcissist can use these unresolved traumas as a way of controlling and manipulating the person into conformity and into giving them their grandiose false self-supply, along with any other goals that the narcissist has. Remember that the main way that the narcissist gets people into their control and their web of abuse is by getting them sucked into their grandiose false self shared fantasy narrative, and people that have unresolved identity issues and are not truly happy on the inside are more likely to accept this shared fantasy. I hope this video has been helpful, and if you're experiencing this type of situation with yourself, I certainly want to encourage you to reach out to someone that has a good understanding and experience with narcissist abuse situations in order to get the guidance and support that you need to effectively get out of this situation. Take care of yourself and stay gold.